Doris Lessing, a British Rhodesian author, delves into the realms of society, government, and religion in her collection of 5 essays titled Prisons We Choose to Live Inside, 1987. With a keen interest in the insights offered by the soft sciences like psychology, sociology, and anthropology, Lessing examines the patterns of human behavior. The essays, which originated from a series of lectures given during the 1985 Massey Lectures in Canada, adopt a conversational tone. The first essay, When in the Future They Look Back on Us, presents a tale involving a farmer and a bull. Lessing narrates how a wealthy farmer from Rhodesia purchases a Scottish bull at a substantial price in her hometown. Tragically, the bull kills its caretaker, a young black boy. Despite the potential for progeny, the farmer insists on putting the bull to death, drawing parallels to another event where a tree linked to France's disgraced General Pétain was sentenced to execution. Through these examples, Lessing illustrates how humans can regress into primitive behaviors when confronted with significant circumstances. Additionally, Lessing puts forth the notion that certain individuals derive pleasure from war, a truth often overlooked or disregarded by historians and sociologists, yet one that helps explain the persistence of conflicts. The essay You Are Damned, We Are Saved explores phenomena such as cults and brainwashing. Lessing recounts an anecdote about the 1984 miners' strike in Britain, where a man who returned to work amidst the strike due to his family's dire poverty was physically attacked. Furthermore, his house was violated by individuals who were once considered neighbors and even friends. This incident exemplifies the consequences of group mentality. Lessing argues that Europe is currently experiencing increasing polarization. In her collection of essays, Doris Lessing thoughtfully examines various aspects of society, shedding light on human behavior, the allure of war, the impact of group dynamics, and the growing polarization in Europe. To support her argument, Lessing highlights a relatively recent phenomenon: the soft science departments of universities, including psychology, sociology, social psychology, and social anthropology, now actively engage in the study of human behavior. This marks a significant milestone in human history as society, for the first time, undertakes the objective examination of its own behavior. The findings from these studies reveal that Britain no longer consists of a clear political left and right divide, but rather a multitude of leftist groups with varying ideologies. Lessing discloses her own past as a communist, attributing it to her upbringing in Rhodesia, a former territory that corresponds to present-day Zimbabwe and was governed by a white minority. In addition, Lessing astutely draws a parallel between Western churches and communism, noting their shared tendency toward sectarianism. In the essay Switching Off to See Dallas, she delves into the influence of mass media and group mentality. Lessing mentions how, during the Korean War, the United States began researching brainwashing techniques employed by North Koreans, an undertaking that she considers progressive. Lessing argues that all individuals are susceptible to societal brainwashing. She identifies 3 key elements of brainwashing: tension, repetition, and slogans that simplify complex ideas into concise verbal messages. To support her claim, Lessing cites the political elections of Reagan and Thatcher as examples heavily influenced by the media. In one intriguing anecdote, she recounts how a university researcher successfully brainwashed individuals from diverse mindsets, including a Seventh-day Adventist, a Stalinist communist, a liberal, an atheist, and a feminist, within a week's time. Furthermore, the essay explores how the media alternately amplifies or diminishes the significance of current events, significantly shaping public opinion. In summary, Lessing argues that the emergence of soft science studies focusing on human behavior signifies a crucial shift in society's approach. She observes the fragmentation of the British political landscape, shares her personal experience as a former communist, draws parallels between Western churches and communism, and delves into the influence of mass media and the phenomena of brainwashing. Lessing asserts that society as a whole is susceptible to manipulation, highlighting the impact of tension, repetition, slogans, and media portrayal of events on public opinion. The discrepancy in media coverage led the public to remain largely uninformed about the famine in Afghanistan while being preoccupied with the crisis in Ethiopia. Lessing points out the disproportionate attention given to certain events. Furthermore, she highlights an interesting aspect that only in civilized societies with liberated populations can people freely laugh, as oppressors and tyrants seldom possess the ability to laugh at themselves. Lessing suggests that ancient societies employed efficient techniques of self-policing through the use of secret and disguised inspectors, which she believes had some degree of effectiveness. In the essay Group Minds, Lessing emphasizes the importance of democracies educating their citizens about group psychology. She presents an illustrative example of a psychology experiment where a group of individuals acted as guinea pigs. They were instructed to gradually increase their shrieking volume while an individual, separated from the group by a screen, was instructed to administer electric shocks of increasing voltage with a button. Astonishingly, the individuals overseeing the shocks, unable to see the recipients, followed the instructions and went as far as delivering a 450-volt shock, showcasing the power of blind obedience. Lessing goes on to share a captivating anecdote about a group of researchers who voluntarily admitted themselves to mental institutions to observe how convincingly they could behave as mentally ill individuals. Despite successfully fooling the professional staff, they faced social exclusion from the genuine mentally ill residents. In the final essay, Laboratories of Social Change, Lessing puts forth several observations regarding the value of studying literature and history instead of technical subjects. She argues that these disciplines are timeless, addressing root causes that are bound to resurface. Additionally, Lessing asserts that children learn best when their teachers provide them with adequate attention and create an environment where success is expected rather than failure. In summary, Lessing highlights the media's disproportionate coverage, the significance of laughter in civilized societies, and the potential efficacy of ancient self-policing techniques. She also stresses the importance of educating citizens about group psychology, drawing from psychological experiments and the experiences of researchers in mental institutions. Finally, Lessing advocates for the study of literature and history, emphasizing the role they play in understanding root causes, and underscores the importance of a supportive and success-oriented educational environment for children. Concluding on a positive note, Lessing observes that contemporary society, including the Soviet Union and China, is moving towards a more open-minded approach. In her exploration of organizing principles, she adopts both empirical and philosophical perspectives, analyzing historical patterns and striving to uncover universal truths about different ideologies such as socialism, communism, capitalism, and democracy. Lessing's essays draw extensively from her personal experiences growing up in Rhodesia, adding depth and context to her arguments. Her remarkable contributions earned her the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2007 at the age of 88. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.